Another Premier League game week has happened, and it is for me like a blind man has seen something for the first time. It is like a child being born. It is like knowing that Arsenal Football Club are very close to winning the Premier League, and Manchester City cannot slip anymore. It has been a beautiful weekend of Premier League football where Manchester City and Liverpool have had major heartbreaks, and that too 2 minutes away from winning it. So, yeah, nothing to complain about as an Arsenal fan. But talking about Manchester City versus Chelsea, Manchester City absolutely dominated the first half. They had a lot of chances. Erling Haaland had a great chance to seal the game up. They eventually scored with Rangers, which was a good finish. Rodri came back and he was playing well. Everything was going fine, but then in the second half, Chelsea come the game. They get a few chances. Pedro Neto should have really scored effectively, but did not. Obviously, you expect that from Chelsea forwards to not be clinical. Cole Palmer wasn't at his best, and this is a low phase for Chelsea. This is the period where they are not supposed to be that good. This is a period where they have lost a manager. They are managerless right now, and they are the favorite person to manage them is Strasbourg manager, who is obviously not rated because he looks literally like a YouTuber and he looks pretty boring because he has specs and he is simple looking guy. But I don't know. I let's not talk about who their manager is going to be. But basically, the fan base is in meltdown. Everything is going bad for Chelsea Football Club, and they haven't won too many games in the recent past. So the fact that you give away a goal to this Chelsea, not even the Chelsea who were in good form, who were going through a great phase and they had the momentum, like the team Arsenal faced at their own home. You have given this to the lowest phase of Chelsea, where you are playing at home and you need to win these games to keep up with Arsenal, but you cannot. These are major signs where which separates the champions with the second position team, and it has been the case with Arsenal a lot of times, and you can't put past Arsenal as well that they are going to drop a of points in continuous games, because that is what they have done in the past few seasons to eventually get to second place, and that is why giving them 6 points lead I think is huge, because now you have afforded them the fact that if Arsenal play Liverpool, they can draw the game and they'll still be 4 points clear. They can draw the Manchester United game and they will still be 4 points clear. So you have afforded them the luxury to at least uh, draw one of these games, and you have also given them the leeway that even if they lose and draw both of these fixtures, then also they'll be 1 points ahead, and then they'll eventually have easier fixtures and they can relax as well. And Manchester City have to go to Tottenham away, Liverpool away, places where they have never had historical success. Historically, they have always been bad at these stadiums. So it is looking very good for Arsenal Football Club right now, and I think I couldn't be happier. Even the Liverpool game where they like clear offside for Florian Wirtz. Somehow this automated offside is also not working in the in the English Premier League, and yeah, I don't know what is going to happen to the refereeing calls in the Premier League, but I do think that the incompetency, even with technology in England, is should be appreciated, because I did not think it was possible to get offsides wrong with automated offside, but these English refs have done it, and yeah, kudos to them because they are doing the impossible. But I think the fact that you saw Bernardo Silva crossing the last ball and being so frustrated, they know how good this Arsenal team is. They know they are not going to drop a lot of points, and they know they cannot keep dropping points and going away. And they have gone away now from them, and this is going to be very difficult for them to keep up with Arsenal now. So it is you can look at the reactions in the past title race where Arsenal were competing with Manchester City. You could see Arsenal feeling the pressure in a lot of games. You could see that they know they cannot drop a lot of points, but they did. And then you saw the reaction, how they were just lying on the ground disappointed in a lot of games. The Southampton game, the even Manchester City coming to Emirates and beating us yeah, comfortably 3-1, I guess. So those sort of fixtures, they know that Arsenal Football Club are the best team in the league. And if people say, "Oh, Arsenal will come to Etihad and they'll play for a draw," this and that, what did Manchester City do early on in the season? They sat with seven at the back, 7-3 formation, and they somehow went away with a draw. What did they do last season when we were playing with 10 men at their home? Could not break us, and then they drew us, and then they created all that fuss only to lose 5-1 at home against us. So you see the Arsenal Manchester City momentum where City were always there and Arsenal was there, and then you see how this has changed now. And Arsenal Football Club, I think this is the opportunity. If you are a Arsenal football fan, I think this is the opportunity to just not give an inch to anyone. Liverpool, look at Liverpool. They are playing so slowly in the first half. They were lacking imagination. Ekitike was not playing, and they somehow get a Florian Wirtz offside goal. I don't know how they got that. They got lucky there, and then in the second half they improved. They quickened the play, but eventually, like, I don't think they had enough ideas to score a second. It comes from a cross, hopeful cross where the defender cannot clear it and gives a goal to Liverpool, and they think they have won it. Gakpo has taken his shirt off, he has shook the hands with the referee, and he has gone and prayed to God, thanked God, everything, only for Harrison Reed to score an absolute screamer, the best goal in the Premier League season. This Premier League season, for sure, one of the nominees for the Puskas Award. I have never seen a guy hit to the top corner to such precision. It has hit the inside part of the top post and gone in. It is aesthetically brilliant. The sound of it hitting the post, then hitting the net, and absolute like it was in Fulham's home ground as well. So the crowd going off. It was a beautiful moment to watch. One of those moments which are rare in football, where you don't see such goals every single day. So I had the pleasure of watching it live, and I'm very thankful to God. And you see, this is how football works, because last season players were missing open goals against against Liverpool, and they were getting away with a lot of stuff last season, and somehow Salah was scoring from every single angle, every single match. Somehow they kept going, and they had Trent Alexander-Arnold, who they hate so much right now. But look at Salah Arnold partnership as compared to now you have Frimpong and Connor Bradley. The lack of imagination happens from there. Their creative spark has gone, and so was like McAllister. These players have not stood up to the plate because they are not creating that much. And Florian Wirtz has been a big disappointment, even though he has scored 2 goals now. And the second one should not be counted, to be very honest. And Ekitike was not playing. I don't know what exactly has happened to Ekitike, but I think it has to be injury. It has to be injury. And if we are looking at the table, look at Liverpool now. They are 14 points below Arsenal. So title race has actually, we should say that title race has ended for them. Aston Villa and Manchester City still going strong, but if you look at Aston Villa, even they have 9 goal difference, which is a big indicator of whether they are going to really compete or not, and they are eventually going to go below. I think they are going to go, they keep scoring screamers, etc., etc., but you will eventually see them dropping points in successive games, and they will drop off. I don't even think they are going to qualify for the Champions League spots. That is a bold prediction, but I do think so, and that is what happens with Emery every single time, and it is going to history is going to repeat itself. Then you look at all these clubs. Brentford, I told you that Newcastle are going to come up. Even when they were in the bottom half, they were in the in this zone where all the teams are very close to each other. Even Tottenham, who have lost two, drawn two, and won one, they are at 13th, but one win can see them coming close to Manchester United. So this is a very like this is a very competitive Premier League season where every team can beat every team, and that is why it is not to be discounted what Arsenal Football Club have been doing to win 15 of the 20 games, where Manchester City have played really well and they have only managed to win 13 games. This is very much should be appreciated. Goals against Arsenal have ended up conceding a lot of goals, and their dream of getting to that 15 conceded will not be now fulfilled. Obviously, they have shot their own foots in that way. They have gotten a lot of injuries in the center back, and the fact that Arsenal Football Club have had so many injuries and yet they are here. They this hasn't even been the best phase of their season. Their best phase of the season might come now, might come when we go on a run now. If we beat Liverpool, if we beat Manchester United, both the teams are not looking very inspiring. At least I think we can get a draw in both the games because they are not looking attackingly very inspiring. They have Bruno Fernandez out, and Liverpool obviously have Salah out, and it is a very good time to be an Arsenal Football Club fan, and that is all that matters right now, to be honest. Talking also about Newcastle's game, absolutely dominated Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace looked to me like they are in trouble. Even though they have signed Brendan Johnson, they still lacked a lot of creativity. They still lacked, like they had chances, but it is like they are not going to score too many goals right now, and they are going to concede because they look like a tired team. I don't know what the Maguire situation is going to be at the end of the transfer window. Probably again Glasner will threaten them with something. They will give them a warning that if you go, I'll do this, I'll do that, maybe. But it is not working for them, and they need to find a way because the fixtures will eat you alive if you don't find a solution. The fixtures will keep coming, and you'll keep dropping points. And if you look at them, they have dropped below Tottenham Hotspur, and it won't take much time. Like obviously, they are not going to be in the relegation scrap. I don't think that is their level, but they could find themselves having a very tough season. And if they don't win the UEFA Conference League, then it is a lot of trouble as well for Oliver Glasner, because he will lose players. It is not like his job is in threat, but he'll lose players because they won't find it worth enough to stay for another season, or that sort of stuff. So that could be an issue. But Newcastle looked good. They attacked well. Villa could have made it 3-0. Mr. Sitter, and yeah, Lewis Hall, sensational. Like he is my left back, and I absolutely love him. Lewis Hall doing well, Lewis Miley doing well. So fullbacks are doing really well for them, and yeah, they are scoring goals. They Anthony Gordon not clinical as I thought he would be. If you remember his performance against Liverpool at the first in early on in the season, he was looking really sharp. He was looking in top form. Then he gets a red card, and after that, he has not been the same player. But he's also coming back. They have Harvey Barnes, and they have attacking depth. Voldemort came from the bench, and it is not like Newcastle are even lacking depth. They can sign a few players. Bruno Guimaraes has been doing really well for them. Their midfield is one of the best in the Premier League, so they will compete for the Champions League spots. And the fact that they are at 28, 29 points right now, they are five of the Champions League spots. Oh, but you have five spots for the Champions League, so they are 2 points of Chelsea as well. If you look at the goal difference, it is four, which is not bad because Liverpool also have four, and if they go on a run, they'll only get better. Let's check the fixtures now. Let's not check my FPL score too much. This was a pathetic FPL week. Though, I have actually gone against Erling Haaland in the FPL season, and since then, zero returns for him. Absolutely zero returns. So that has worked out well for me. But yeah, let's see the fixtures now. Let me show you the fixtures, transition fixtures. Look at the Manchester City fixtures. Now they face Brighton at home, and who can guarantee they are not going to drop points in this game? The fact that they have drawn points to this Chelsea at home, even Brighton would be a tough ask. Then Manchester United away, Wolves at home should be easy, but look at how Wolves are playing so well. So who can guarantee even that? Arsenal struggled against Wolves. Liverpool struggled against Wolves. Both were playing at home. Manchester United drew to Wolves, and West Ham absolutely got smashed by Wolves. So Wolves are in a good moment right now, and that is not the easiest fixtures as easy as it looks. Tottenham Hotspur away, no, Tottenham Hotspur away, Liverpool away. Fixtures have historically been very tough for them. So this is going to be a tough phase for them. Next five fixtures, they are playing three away games, all to their derby match and two bogey fixtures. So that is going to be a difficult phase for them. After that, it eases out, and then they can go on a run, pile up some scores, and then they can be happy with their life. But till then, they will find it difficult. Looking at Arsenal's fixtures, obviously next game is a difficult fixture, and they also have difficult fixtures because Nottingham Forest away is not the easiest fixture, although it is not as hard as it used to be, but it will be similar to what they faced in the Bournemouth fixture. And Liverpool at home, they have always been up for these big games. That is why there is a sense of trust where we know that come the big games, our players are going to be up for it, and especially at the Emirates Stadium where we have drawn one and won every single game. Other than that, except the Crystal Palace game where we eventually won on penalties. So yeah, we have been Arsenal have been making a lot of mistakes as well lately, conceding silly goals, allowing teams back into the game. I don't think they will do such mistakes in the big games against Liverpool. They'll be up for it, and if they win against Liverpool, they can then the fact that we can end up winning one out of these three games and we'll still be in a good position for the first spot. That tells you all you need to know, because then it is going to ease out. Leeds away, you are supposed to win that game. Sunderland at home, you are supposed to win that game. Brentford away. Now every single Premier League fixture looks difficult on paper because every single team shows you that Leeds are doing well right now. Sunderland have always done well in this season. Brentford are doing really well right now. Tottenham away is a derby away from home. Chelsea at home, you saw what Chelsea did to Manchester City. Brighton away is also difficult. Like on face value, every Premier League fixture is difficult, but it eases out after Manchester United, and then even Tottenham away in the recent past, we have never dropped points to them. Chelsea at home also, if you look at 5 nils, we have ended up winning those games comfortably, no matter how good Chelsea are doing. Brighton away also, like Brighton are not like we are not the same team who were dropping points to these teams last season. We have improved a lot. So you look at that, you look at these three fixtures. If Arsenal end up winning these three fixtures, you'll start talking about the title in you'll start talking about the title in March, I guess, because I have also told that Arsenal are going to wrap up the league in March, and if Manchester City cannot keep up with them in these five fixtures, if they drop, consider them dropping one loss and one draw, dropping 5 points, and Arsenal end up dropping 2 points out of these five fixtures. They are going to gain 3 points on them, and they are going to be 9 points ahead. with these fixtures where they can again afford to lose both these games and then still stay on top. So that is going to put Arsenal Football Club in a very good position, and they are in a very good position already. Let me check all the fixtures because why not? Manchester City have easier fixtures in the end phase of the season, so they can go on a big run. If you look at after the 28th game week, where Leeds away is also supposed to be a decent difficult fixtures. Forest at home, West Ham away, Crystal Palace at home, Chelsea away, Arsenal at home. These two would be difficult fixtures, and this is all obviously going to be a face off, and this could decide the title race as well. But Chelsea away, Arsenal at home, Burnley away, Everton away, Brighton, Brentford at home. So they also in the last five fixtures they also have relatively easier fixtures. I don't think Aston Villa are going to compete for the title till the end. So this is not going to be as hard a fixture as you it looks right now. Bournemouth away again. It is a difficult fixture, but a mid-table team at the end of the season doesn't look like that difficult a fixture. So their last five fixtures are going to be much more easier than the other fixtures. And if you look at Arsenal Football Club, their last 10 fixtures, once they play Chelsea at home, then Brighton, Everton, Wolves, Bournemouth, they play City, then Newcastle at home, Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, Crystal Palace. So you look at their last 10 fixtures and you don't see them dropping too many points in these fixtures. All all the teams here you look at, they are most of these teams are in the bottom half of the table right now. So that is going to be very interesting come the end phase of the season, because you can see both Manchester City and Arsenal going on a run just like 22 23 23 24 season, where both like Arsenal dropped 5 points, Arsenal dropped 4 points, and Manchester City dropped only 2 points. So 6 point lead right now is very crucial because these are the fixtures where both teams are supposed to drop points. And if one of these teams allows the other to maintain a gap, create a gap where catching up is going to be difficult. In the last 10 fixtures, it is going to be impossible to catch up if one team is ahead with more than 5 points. So that is why it is very this phase of this season is very crucial, and dropping points today would can cost Manchester City the title. And come the Champions League, come the FA Cup, come the Carabao Cup semi-finals against Newcastle, can their squad keep up? What is going to be their squad selection? What is the competition they are going to prioritize? These are also very important questions, because the squad Arsenal has, they can go all the way in all four competitions. They can actually compete for the quadruple, which might sound obviously delusional right now, but logically, if you look at a team who has been well placed for the quadruple, it has to be Arsenal, because all that you cannot fill up your bench with all the players. You have 20, 22, 23 players who can start for any Premier League club. That is the level we are at. Down man, Nwaneri, the talent you have, you cannot put them on the bench. Whereas if you look at Manchester City, they had Makaidu on the bench, and I don't even know who he is. He might be one of the best young talents, prospects. I don't really know, but you look at them and they have youngsters on the bench. We have full time experienced players on the bench who can come and change the game at any time, who can rotate, any one of the players on the bench can be starting and you won't complain. And they can play a totally different team to what they play in the Premier League, and they can be fine. They can just be fine, and then they can win anyway. So that if that is the level, Ebereche cannot get a minute right now because he could not track a Aston Villa fullback. Those are the standards that Arsenal are setting right now, and I think we are absolutely elite. We are absolutely elite, and we are looking like we are going to win the Premier League. We are looking good for other competitions as well. Let's see how Chelsea shape up with their new manager and how we do in the Carabao Cup semi-finals against them. That would be a good measurement of how where City are and where we are right now with squad depths and the general performance. But yeah, things are looking good, and yeah, interesting. Another interesting Premier League game week, and got to see a lot of good goals. Got to see late goals. Got to see statement performances. The Bournemouth Arsenal game was pretty entertaining. City Chelsea was pretty decent with a climax. Liverpool versus Fulham ended up with a magnificent goal. Newcastle were electric. Their performance was a statement win against Crystal Palace. Brentford eager Thiago with a hat trick, saying that he is not a fluke. He's here to be noticed. And yeah, mostly that. And Everton also got beaten. I got all my predictions, mostly my predictions right. I think if you look at my predictions video, I make a prediction video every game week, and not many people watch it. So I keep getting everything right, and obviously, you all are jealous. That is why you don't watch it. But yeah, keep watching other videos. Lot of content in this channel: chess, cricket, football, kho, kabaddi, whatever you want. We are going to cover if you support us. And yeah, I'll see you in the next set of fixtures, previewing all the fixtures, giving all the right predictions, which are obviously not predictions, they are just, I am telling you what is going to happen in the future. So yeah, see you there, and bye.